The world is not waiting for the future. The future is already unfolding, quietly, unevenly, and without public consent. Right now, while headlines focus on apps, chatbots, and artificial intelligence demos, something far more consequential is happening beneath the surface. A structural shift in global power. Not through weapons, not through armies, not through ideology, but through energy, infrastructure, capital, and the physical limits of artificial intelligence itself. And once this shift is complete, there may be no easy way back. For years, the dominant narrative around artificial intelligence was simple. Whoever built the smartest algorithms would win. Whoever trained the biggest models would dominate. Whoever controlled the data would define the future. But that narrative was incomplete. Because artificial intelligence is not just software. It is not virtual. It is not weightless. AI is industrial. It consumes electricity at national scale. It requires land, water, rare materials, logistics, permits, political stability, and time. And when intelligence becomes industrialized, it behaves like every other strategic resource in history. It concentrates power, reshapes markets, and exposes uncomfortable truths. One of those truths is this: the AI race is no longer primarily about intelligence. It is about energy. This realization has triggered a global scramble. Governments, corporations, and investors now understand that advanced AI cannot exist without massive, reliable, and scalable power generation. Data centers are no longer peripheral infrastructure. They are becoming the beating heart of economic growth, national security, and technological sovereignty. In this environment, new companies have emerged promising to solve the AI energy problem at unprecedented scale. Some of these companies are grounded in engineering reality. Others are grounded in narrative. And this is where the story becomes dangerous. In early 2025, a company called Fermi America appeared on the public markets with extraordinary ambition. It presented itself as an advanced AI energy company, designed specifically for the era of hyperscale artificial intelligence. Its flagship vision was Project Matador, a proposed energy complex in Texas that, if completed, would eventually generate up to 11 gigawatts of power. 11 gigawatts. To put that number into perspective, that is more electricity than entire developed nations consume. More than Iceland, more than Uruguay. Comparable to the power needs of tens of millions of people. On paper, Project Matador was framed as a solution to the coming AI energy crisis. In reality, it became a test case for something else entirely: the growing gap between financial storytelling and physical feasibility. Fermi America was co-founded by Rick Perry, a former governor of Texas and former U.S. Secretary of Energy. His presence instantly gave the company political weight and public visibility. It signaled experience, authority, and access. In modern markets, perception matters, and perception travels faster than concrete. At the same time, the company's messaging aligned itself with broader themes popular in American political discourse: energy independence, national strength, technological leadership, and economic sovereignty. Without explicitly endorsing any administration, the narrative echoed ideas frequently associated with Donald Trump's approach to energy and industrial policy. This is important to understand clearly. Donald Trump has not publicly endorsed Fermi America or Project Matador. There is no evidence of direct involvement. However, his name, legacy, and energy-first rhetoric function as powerful market signals. In financial ecosystems, association does not need to be formal to be influential. It only needs to be implied. And investors noticed. Despite having no operational power plants, no revenue, and virtually no employees, Fermi America went public with a valuation approaching $15 billion. Wall Street banks issued optimistic coverage. Market analysts pointed to political connections, regulatory optimism, and the explosive demand for AI energy as justification. This was not a technical judgment, it was a narrative judgment. Behind the scenes, however, reality operates on different rules. building large-scale power infrastructure is one of the slowest, most regulated, and capital-intensive processes in modern society. Natural gas plants take years to permit and construct. Nuclear plants take decades. Transmission infrastructure faces legal challenges, environmental reviews, and public resistance. Even in energy-friendly states like Texas, timelines do not bend to investor enthusiasm. Physics does not respond to press releases. As scrutiny increased, the cracks became visible. Fermi America's plans relied heavily on future financing, pre-sales to hypothetical data center clients, and optimistic assumptions about permitting speed. Its first major customer commitment, a proposed $150 million advance payment, collapsed before any money changed hands. That moment changed everything. Without anchor customers, banks hesitate. Without banks, projects stall. Without projects, valuations collapse. Within weeks, Fermi America's stock lost a significant portion of its value. The narrative unraveled faster than it was constructed. This was not merely a corporate failure. It was a symptom. What Fermi America exposed is a deeper instability in the AI-driven investment landscape. Artificial intelligence has created extraordinary expectations. But expectations alone do not generate electricity. They do not pour concrete. They do not build reactors. The uncomfortable reality is that the AI economy is colliding with physical limits, energy limits, resource limits, and time limits. This collision is not confined to one company. It is global. Data centers now consume as much power as small cities. Training a single frontier AI model can require energy equivalent to tens of thousands of homes. As AI scales, energy demand does not increase linearly. It accelerates. And existing grids were not designed for this. Governments face a paradox. They are asked to regulate artificial intelligence while simultaneously subsidizing its infrastructure. Public grids, public land, public financing, all increasingly support private AI expansion. This is not corruption, it is dependency. And dependency changes policy decisions. In the United States, energy policy has become inseparable from AI policy. Regardless of administration, the pressure is the same. Secure power, expand capacity, and avoid being outpaced by rivals. Donald Trump's earlier emphasis on domestic energy dominance reflected this instinct. So do current bipartisan efforts to accelerate power generation today. Artificial intelligence is no longer a tech issue. It is a geopolitical issue. China understands this. Europe understands this. Emerging powers understand this. The race is no longer about who writes the best code. It is about who can build resilient systems fast enough to support intelligence at scale. And this is where speculative narratives become dangerous. When markets reward storytelling over feasibility, capital flows into illusions. When illusions collapse, trust erodes. And when trust erodes, legitimate projects struggle to secure funding. The risk is not just financial loss. The risk is systemic misallocation of resources during a critical technological transition. The Fermi America episode illustrates a hard lesson. The AI age does not eliminate physical constraints. It amplifies them. Intelligence without energy is meaningless. Compute without infrastructure is theoretical. And promises without execution eventually meet reality. This does not mean the AI energy crisis is unsolvable. It means it cannot be solved by narrative alone. The future of artificial intelligence will be decided by boring things: permitting timelines, grid upgrades, fuel supply chains, workforce training, and regulatory coherence. These are not viral topics. They do not fit into hype cycles, but they determine outcomes. As artificial intelligence becomes infrastructure, invisible, ubiquitous, foundational, control over that infrastructure becomes quiet power, not through force, through dependency. This is the real shift happening now. The question is not whether AI will transform society. It already is. The question is whether society understands the trade it is making, and whether it is building that future on solid ground or financial illusion. The collapse of one ambitious company will not stop the AI energy race. But it should force a moment of clarity, a reminder that the laws of physics still apply. That infrastructure cannot be conjured by optimism, and that the most dangerous phase of any technological revolution is when belief outruns reality. Artificial intelligence does not remove limits, it reveals them, and how the world responds to those limits will define the next decade, not just for technology, but for power itself.